Hello all you beautiful people, how you doing today? This is Lava Temptress and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome. Hi! Today we're going to be talking about another humble bundle. This one is a books bundle called Survive Everything by Skyhorse Publishing. So this one is pretty cool because it's all about survival tips. And well, you know, the world's kind of crazy right now. We're still in a pandemic. And so it's never a bad idea to have stuff like this handy to know how to survive certain situations. So I think it's a pretty good bundle and we're going to take a look at it. So if you are new to Humble Bundle, here's a couple things you should know. Now they did change this a little bit. Now if you click on bundles, it actually goes to a new page. So to be honest, I don't like the new format, but you know, I liked it better where it showed you the ones that were ending soonest or the ones that came out the soonest on top. But here's what we have now. But it's kind of nice, and in a little way, I just liked it the way before. So you can actually choose between games, books, and software, or you can stay on all bundles and take a look at all the different bundles. Same format. If it's in red, that means it's 2 days or less. Well, less than 2 days, excuse me. That time is remaining on that bundle. So if it's something you want, you definitely want to check it out before it's gone. But yeah, so like now you actually have to look and see. This one is the one we are doing today, and of course there's 20 days left, but yeah, you actually have to look and see now what the bundles are, and it's a little bit different than it was, but there's where you can see all the different bundles that are going on. Anyone that you want to, you can just click on and it will take you straight to the page. All right, then you can see here how much the total bundle is worth, but keep in mind that is only if you purchase the very top bundle, the very top tier of the bundle, excuse me. So it's $565 today if you get the top tier. Here we'll always tell you how much time is left, and you can click here if you know what you want in the bundle, or down below after we take a look at it. So as usual with the book bundles, these are DRM free, which means you can enjoy them on your phone, your laptop, your iPad, your tablet, desktop, laptop, whatever device that you're reading them on, which is kind of nice because you can have them on multiple places at the same time. So it makes it kind of nice so you can switch from one device to the other and still keep reading the book. Now these are multi-formatted today. These are PDF, MOBI, and EPUB files, and that just depends on what type of app or software you're using to read it on. But PDF is generally everywhere, so you would be able to read them regardless of what device or software you have. A lot of people forget about this. This is a nice little reminder button. If you click on it, it'll turn yellow. What it does is it sends an email to whatever your Humble account email is, and it'll remind you before the bundle is over in case for whatever reason you need to come back and take a look at it. You forgot, you don't have time, or the funds just aren't there yet. We all know how that is, right? Especially in these times. All right, so that comes in very handy. Don't forget that if you need it, nobody else even sees that you do it, so don't even worry about it. Just send you an email to your private email. All right, so today, of course, we start off with a $1 tier because, you know, Humble Bundle usually starts with the $1 tier. And with this one, we have 10 books, starting with the Family Survival Guide. It says the best ways for families to prepare, train, pack, and survive everything. That's pretty gutsy of it. I mean, to say everything, just saying. I'm not knocking it, just saying. But if you look at each of these, there's always a PDF preview that you can click on. Generally, I typically don't like the previews, but it does give you a sense of the type of writing style is in there. A lot of times it's a lot of writing, not a lot of pictures, but it also depends on the book. Some books do have more pictures, but it does give you a little PDF preview, so that way you kind of know a little bit more before you decide to get the bundle. And of course, you can read over here a little bit more about what this certain book is going to teach you. All right, so then we also have Modern Survival, How to Cope When Everything Falls Apart, What to Do When the Shit Hits the Fan, the Organic Composting Handbook. And you know, during this pandemic, I know a lot of people have really started gardening. That is not actually something I've started, but I've wanted to for a long time. So, you know, yes, please. Then we have the Camper's Survival Guide, Food Prepping, Great First Aid, Etiquette, and more. Okay. I have new glasses. I got new glasses finally, but I still can't read. All right, next we have Illustrated Encyclopedia of Natural Remedies, which, you know, sometimes the natural remedies actually work a little bit better than some of our modern medicine. Not everything. I don't believe everything does, but I do think some of them actually do. Next, we have The Ultimate Guide to Navigating Without a Compass, How to Find Your Way Using the Sun, Stars, and Other Natural Methods. I think that would be a very interesting read, and everybody should be able to know how to find your way out of certain situations, you know, when you're lost. And what if your compass breaks? What if you have nothing? Your phone dies? You know, it happens, people. All right, next we have the Hurricane Preparedness Handbook. Next is Illustrated Guide to Brewing Beer, because we all know if shit hits the fan, we gotta at least have our beer. And last in this tier is Lost and Stranded. So expert advice on how to survive being alone in the wilderness. I think that should say how to survive being home alone. I really do feel bad. I have my husband and I have my puppy, but people that are by themselves during all this, oh man, I couldn't even imagine. But that is it in the first dollar tier. But look at that. I mean, those are all really excellent books. Honestly, I think you should at least get the dollar tier. And I do get a little compensation. I mean, the dollar tier, it's like not very much because it's a dollar tier. But if you use my link, I do get a little bit, but that's not why I promote these. I promote these because a lot of times they're really great deals, like this one. So, if you are new to Humble Bundle, the way it works, this next tier today is $10. So you pay $10 or more to unlock it. You will always get the tiers above it. So for instance, this $10 tier, if we were to purchase this one, we would get the dollar tier. And then today we have a $15 tier and an $18 tier. So if we pay the $15, we would get the $10 and dollar tier. If we would pay the $18 tier, that is the top tier. So we would get the $15 tier, $10 tier, and the dollar tier. So you would get everything on this whole page. So top tier today is $18. All right, so this next tier is $10. And this includes the ultimate shit hits the fan survival guide, how to live through any catastrophe. Then we have survival retreats, a practical guide to creating a sustainable yeah, I can't read that. Sustainable something. Sorry. Next, we have 52 prepper projects. I'm not a full-on prepper, but I do believe in being prepared for certain situations. You know, having some food that's not going to spoil if the power goes out, you know, having some first aid on hand, batteries, you know, some necessary stuff. So that would be pretty cool. Next, we have Deadly Outbreaks. I don't know. I think that might freak me out. I don't know if I would read that one. Next, we have the U.S. Navy SEALs Guide to Fitness and Nutrition. I mean, I would probably read that, but I'm a big stickler on, you know, not eat everything you want, you know, portion yourself, but I think if you hold yourself back from certain things, that in the end it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. So I don't know, I would have to read that. Next, we have The Ultimate Guide to U.S. Army Survival Skills, Tactics, and Techniques. That would be kind of cool. I think that would be a pretty interesting read. Next is Okay, I think I'm good now. Back to Basics, a complete guide to... they put it there. I can't read it. It's survival stuff, guys. It's survival stuff, yeah. It's Back to Basics. Next, we have Surviving the Apocalypse. See, that depends. Is it going to be zombies? Is it going to be us by ourselves? The Ultimate Guide to Suffering Nuclear War. Floods, fires, earthquakes, civil unrest, pandemics, and more. See, pandemics. It's right there. Pandemic. If they don't have 2020 in there, you know, is it even a good book? I don't know. Next, we have Guide to Making Fire Without Matches. That would actually be pretty good. I know a couple of ways to do it, but yeah, nice. Next, we have Buzz into Beekeeping. Ooh. You know, I play with bees like on Minecraft because I love Minecraft, but I don't know. I don't like bees. I don't know if I could do that in real life. I guess if you had to. Not anything against anybody that does. I think I would be scared to do that. All right, that is our $10 tier. Next, we have the $15 tier, and of course, you could get everything above it. So for $15, you will get Watch Your Back, How to Avoid the Most Dangerous Moments in Your Daily Life. The Terrorism Survival Guide, 201 Travel Tips on How Not to Become a Victim. See, I think the travel tips would be good, but the Terrorism Survival Guide, I think that's kind of, I think sometimes they title these kind of to get people to be scared and want to purchase them, and I don't know, that's just not my thing. Next, we have the Pocket Guide to Prepper Knots, a practical resource to knots that can help you survive. I think everybody should know that. I'm really bad at tying knots. I know how to tie a couple, and I could do it if I had to, but meh. I could probably use that. Next, we have the Pocket Outdoor Survival Guide. Okay, I got to ramble here for a second. It's the Pocket Outdoor Survival Guide, but these are digital books. So are they talking it's on my phone, in my pocket, or what? And are you going to have these already downloaded? Because if the internet goes out, you know, I don't know. I have lots of thoughts through my head. You'll have to ignore it. Next, we have the Self-Reliant Manifesto, How to Survive Anything, Anywhere. See, a lot of these have the same type titles, and I'm not dissing them at all. I just, you know, they know what their market is. Next, we have the Pocket First Aid Field Guide, Treatment and Prevention of Outdoor Emergencies. I think that's a little false. You can't really prevent certain outdoor emergencies. So again, that would be one I would kind of want to read, because if they're saying they can prevent like mudslides and landslides, like nobody can prevent that. That's Mother Nature. Don't even. Anyway, next we have The Joy of Smoking and Salt Curing. Okay, this would actually be pretty good. I have heard amazing things about smoking and salt curing things to preserve them and make them last longer, that I would actually like to try. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. Next, we have Mountain Man Skills. So, you know, trapping, hunting, woodworking, all kinds of stuff. Then we have the Green Beret Survival Guide. I think that would actually be pretty good. You know, Green Berets, hello. They get through like everything, right? Isn't that part of their motto? Then we have Be Ready for Anything. Again, another prepare yourself. I think we're going with the theme here. What do you think? Next, we have Foraging for Survival, Edible Wild Plants of North America. I think this is something everybody should have because you never know, even a car crash in the middle of somewhere, and you could be stuck there for days. And knowing how to be able to get food that you can eat that isn't going to kill you, just long enough to survive, I think everybody should know that. So I think that sounds like a fantastic book. All right, now we are at the $18 tier, and this is our top tier today, so you would get everything we've already talked about on the whole page. All right, so for $18, you will get The Joy of Cheesemaking. I don't even think you have to be on a prepper thing here. Cheesemaking, I'm a cheese person. Yeah, like, yes, please. Next, we have the Pocket Disaster Survival Guide, What to Do When the Lights Go Out. A Prepper's Guide to Life After the Crash. Which, crash, do they specify? No, they're just talking about societal crash. Okay. I thought, plane crash, car crash, whatever. This one is something everybody should probably have too. Dr. Prepper, the Disaster Preparedness Guide to Home Remedies. Obviously things are going to happen. Look at this. I know they're going to be talking about like bee stings and stuff. You're going to need to know some of this stuff. So that sounds like a really good book to have. 150 survival secrets, advice on survival kits, extreme weather, rapid evacuation, food storage, active shooters, first aid, and more. And of course, like I already said, I do think some of this is very, very important stuff, especially like on the active shooters stuff. I haven't seen one of those type of books in here before. You can't prevent that kind of stuff from happening, but knowing what to do in that kind of situation is always something good to have. Next, we have the U.S. Navy SEAL Survival Handbook. That was kind of a mouthful. So, yeah, again, U.S. Navy SEALs, they go through everything. And, pretty sure in training, like, they have to go stay out in the cold and learn how to survive and all that. So, again, definitely a handbook you would want to have. Next, we have Homesteading, and of course, this is going to be a beginner's guide to... They just make it so blurry I can't read. Yeah, I thought they would have a list. But anyway, you can see a little bit more. Then we have the Mini Farming Bible. Again, I think that's awesome. I think anybody that has the room and has the ability to should at least do a little mini farm. Why not? That way, if something happens, even, it snowed here so bad. Like, even just having stuff inside, outside, obviously stuff would probably die outside in the snow, but, even if you had a little indoor garden. All right, next we have Survivalist Handbook, How to Thrive When Things Fall Apart. The Joy of Home Distilling. Again, we need our liquor if something comes. Somebody save us with liquor. Next is the Big Book of Backyard Medicine, The Ultimate Guide to Homegrown Herbal Remedies. And again, I do think some herbal remedies are worth looking into. Next, we have 50 do-it-yourself projects for keeping goats. Ooh, I don't know if I'd keep goats. Like, they're mean. Next, we have Bushcraft Basics, a common sense wilderness survival handbook. Again, sounds pretty good. I think if you got all of these and you read every single one of them, there's going to be a lot of common themes, common survival tips throughout all of these because, some of them are just basic ones, but I do think it's a good deal. Next, we have Trapping 101, a practical guide to capturing beavers, muskrats, weasels, raccoons, skunks, otters, and other fur-bearing animals. Okay, so I have to tell you a little bit of a story. I don't think I would ever use that one unless, like I was dying and we had to. But we've actually had raccoons in our attic. They come back off and on. And we've had people try to trap them and we've called animal control and all this. And, we found something that would kill them, but I don't want to kill them. I just want them to get out of my damn attic. Stop tearing up my house. and we rent, so, you know, landlord should do it, but he doesn't. Anyway, as always, Humble supports a charity, so this one is Book Industry Charitable Foundation. And of course, if you want to purchase, you can come down here and you click on the amount you want. Some people do give more because you can also give more to charity or wherever you like. If the dollar amount doesn't show up, because sometimes it doesn't, you can just put it in the custom amount here. Anytime you purchase anything than the top tier, these warnings will pop up, and all it's saying is if you don't pay this much more, then you're not going to get that tier. If you don't pay this much more, you're not going to get that tier. This much more, that tier. That's all it's saying. It's just letting you know that you're not going to get the tiers unless you pay the certain price of each of the tiers. All right, so the add to cart is only for the Humble Choice. That is almost up for February. I think we possibly have 2 weeks left. So if that is something you think you might want to check that out. It was pretty good. It was decent. It wasn't one of my favorite months, but it was decent. And I do have a video on that. All right, well, here's where it gets fun. You can purchase it as a gift. If you do, you have to put their email in here, and you can even make it anonymous, which is always kind of fun. But here is where you're going to pay. So pay with card, PayPal, Amazon, or Alipay. And that is it. Hopefully you were entertained, or at least got a better sense of what this bundle is. Yeah. I will have my link down below. I am a Humble partner, so if you choose to use that, I do make a little bit of money off of it. So thank you very much. And thank you just for being here, even if you don't click my link, because that's not why I do this. All right, any questions or comments, leave them down below. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, this is Love, a Temptress. Don't get burned. Bye.